Good morning. This is Becky Ivory with the Three Great Rights Institute, and I am here today to help you on your pursuit of happiness by reviewing Chapter 4 of John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I love this chapter. It's the law of the mirror, and it says you must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. There is a great story in here about a woman named Janetta McSwain. Janetta had a rough start. She was born to a mother who did not want her and was very vocal about that. She was raised by her grandmother for the first 5 years, but in that home were 3 uncles who abused her emotionally, physically, and sexually. She says, by the time I was 5 years old, I had already started to believe that I was not only inferior, but I was also a child abandoned by her own mama. As a child, I had no place, no voice, and no worth at all. Her mother ended up moving her back in with her, but unfortunately, her endless stream of boyfriends continued to abuse Janetta. And finally, it's no surprise that Janetta dropped out of high school and began living on the streets. She continued through the years relying on boyfriends and government assistance and shoplifting to get by. But when she was 30, something changed. She said, that day I woke up and realized I had absolutely nothing to celebrate. No money, no full-time job, no home, no husband, and no clue, not even the will to do better. At last I knew it was time to make some changes. You see, by then she had 2 sons, and up until that moment, no one in her family had ever graduated from high school, gone to college. They were mostly on drugs, in prison, or dead. She wanted something different for her boys, so she decided to start investing in herself. The first thing she did was sign up to pass the GED and get her high school diploma. After that, she did what nobody else in her family had ever done. She saved her money, and in 3 years, she moved out of state and went to college. She got her bachelor in 3 years, then went on to get her master's, and at the time that John was writing this book, she was in the midst of getting her graduate degree. Now, that is tremendous turnaround success, and that is very, very motivating. I love the story of an old Cherokee chief who is teaching his grandson about life. He said to the boy, there is a terrible battle going on inside of me between 2 wolves. One of them is evil and angry and selfish. The other one is happy and peaceful and loving. And the same battle is going on inside of you. Well, his grandson got big eyes and said, Grandpa, which wolf is going to win? The old Cherokee sat back and smiled and said, whichever one you feed. That is true with all of us. We have voices inside of us, and we have to choose which ones are we going to feed? Which thoughts are we going to allow in our minds? Are we going to value ourselves and our abilities, or are we going to discount ourselves like the world is so prone to do? I hope that you'll apply the law of the mirror this week and truly try to see the value in yourself so that you can add more value to yourself and to those around you on your pursuit of happiness. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week.